Appreciate you. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. As we continue to grind to shine, baby. Now I know for sure that we're good to go. One way or another. Let's get it. As the room fill up once again, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Yep. Part two. Yep. Come on. All right. Appreciate everybody. It was on me this time. It was on me. I had to update my Roadmaster soundboard, and it was like, hey, you got to update. And then you know how you get to 15 seconds, 14, 10, 9. And I was like, Lord, let me go ahead and update it. So instead of wrestling through it for that entire episode. So I appreciate y'all. Resiliency is one thing, and consistency is another. But your mindset got to be able to move forward and keep things moving, baby. So we're back at it, and just like I said on the first part of the series.
Here we go.
Yes, indeed. So whether it's a good play or a bad play, but this was the right play in order to get things going, ladies and gentlemen, especially with the audio. You got to have good audio, and I appreciate whoever pointed that out. But, it was literally a countdown, so it had nothing to do with YouTube that time. So it was all on me. I had to do that update regardless of it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And, hey, in the words of my guy, the playmaker.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Yes, indeed. So where were we? We were talking about, Shaq. And Brian Baldinger did point out the fact that, he's leaning more towards signing with the Cowboys. And I listened to Pat No C. Walker when he was on the radio station, and shout out to him. He was also earlier this morning on Skywalker's show, and he was saying that why not weigh out your options? Look at what the Cowboys have to offer, and then look at what the Philadelphia Eagles have to offer, and then on top of that, you get a free flight out there. You might get a handshake out there, and you look down, there's something in your hand. So those are things that are all possible, and those are things that will happen. Now, granted, is he that type of difference maker for this particular team? Well, that's all subject to we got to wait and see moment. We got to find out. We will all have to sit back and wait. Those are things that we just don't know. And in reality of it, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys, when we look at the weakness of our team, right, on the defensive side of the coin, where are we looking at? Is it secondary? I'm going to tell you nope. Is it front four? I would tell you nope. Is it linebacker? One can argue in certain moments you can say, but it's stopping the run. But in coverage, I think we got one of the better coverage linebackers in their youth right now. First year ever playing linebacker in the National Football League by the name of Marquise Bell. He's been graded out really well in coverage. So our only thing is this is more of a want versus a need, and we really want him for his experiences that he can be able to help alleviate some of the those raised eyebrow moments. So that's how I look at it. How do you guys look at it? And let me know all together.
Nobody does it better than me.
How y'all look at it, man, because at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys heading into this game versus the Seattle Seahawks, I'm going to say this once again, and I said this last night on when I was with Ashley. This is a must-win game. This is a game that we can't fall asleep behind the wheel. This is the game that even though everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is saying that, anybody can beat the previous team that you beat, can you win above a 500 team? Well, their pundits and critics are already saying, hey, Law, even this team, they lost, 3 out of the last 4 games they played, something like that. Bella, appreciate you. Balla, appreciate you. Zach Ertz is a free agent. Should we look at him? He's a free agent because I heard that he have other issues. I think that right now they are trying to ramp up Peyton Hendershot. He's the other guy that the Cowboys are really in tune with. So that's just how it goes. Zach Ertz, maybe 2-3 years ago, yeah, he would have been a great situation for us. But for right now, they're gonna hold their hands out like this and say, nah, there's other guys that the Cowboys may look at too, Hey, I seen people say, what about Marcus Peters, Law? What about Shaq, the other Shaq? You got 2 Shaqs out there. What about him? Can we get him in, And I get it. Overall, we want somebody to help this team. Overall, we want to win. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, they are not going to move as swiftly as you guys think. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But here's my stance on it. If they bring him in for a cup of coffee and they check out everything, and if he passed that particular test, then that's a good deal. But if they don't want to bring him in for a cup of coffee, if I look back at what the Cowboys been doing in the last 3 to 4 years, especially with Will McClay, I'm just going to sit back and just have my arms folded and say, hey, let them boys cook. Let them boys do that. Why you say that, Law? Well, look at Bland. Look at what he's doing, right? Look. Trust Will McClay, ladies and gentlemen. Trust Will McClay. If Will McClay and Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones don't want to move on Zach Ertz, or even with this situation with Darius Leonard, let them boys sit this out. Give them a little grace before y'all beat them up. Yes, indeed. Hey, what I'm feeling too, shout out to you, Sadiq. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Seabass. Thank you. And Branday, appreciate you for coming back around on this stream. What we also seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is that Cowboy fans, we don't know how to fan. We 8-3, and if you talk to some circles of Cowboy fans, shoo, you think we 3-8. You flat out think we 3-8. No. Don't you say no tonight. Don't y'all say no, you know what I'm saying? Look, but here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys is one pretty much a top-tier team. We deserve to be in that category. But somehow, by our fans, will lead you to believing that the Seattle Seahawks, hey, man, we should be in fear of the Seattle Seahawks. For the 3-letter and the 4-letter networks. Sometimes, as a fan, come on, man. Don't y'all got, put some hair on your chest, man. Walk around. Drop them a little bit, Hey, even the ladies, switch when you walk. Make a little sway. Give something to the imagination, Come on, let's walk with some confidence. Y'all thinking that this is the old era of the Cowboys. Somehow, there are people really shaking. Oh, man. Woo, we got to play Seattle Seahawks. There are people listening so much to the 4-letter, the 3-letter network that we can't even be fans of even our team when we got to play a divisional game. Hey, man, y'all saw how the Eagles beat us last time. You shouldn't be talking, Law. They beat us down. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, there's only one team that can really kind of, talk nasty to us. One team, really, 2 teams, really. But one team, really, though. And that is the 49ers, and the other team, you can probably say the Denver Broncos. But outside of that, man, maybe for a consolation prize, maybe the Cardinals, if you look at their total body of work of what they do against us. But collectively, there's been one team that really got us by the short hairs, and that's the 49ers. 49ers, But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be able to walk around boldly with grace and mercy. Come on, y'all. Come on. They got y'all fearing. They got y'all fearing the Eagles. They got y'all fearing. Ooh, look down the stretch, man. Shoot, them Buffalo Bills. We won't be able to do what the Eagles did to them. Shoot, and I'm looking at the doggone Bills. I'm seeing that Mac Jones or whoever that was, the quarterback for the Patriots, gave them an L, right? Let me know if I'm accurate. Let me know if I'm accurate, you know? Hey, man. Oh, man, Miami and them, shoot. Miami, shoot, that tour and that Tyreek Hill, man, we going to be in trouble, y'all. And shoot, don't let the Lions come out there. And we beat the Lions last year, but we supposed to be worse than the Lions. The Lions supposed to be better than us. What a difference what a difference a year make, right? Oh my goodness. And then what's the other team? Well, some of y'all were still on the fence with the Washington team. I had a lot of people that was in the comments that started to dig, and they're like, oh, let me hurry up and delete this, you know. Because a lot of people on Thanksgiving Day was saying, oh, I smell upset. Ooh, it's in the oven. It's finna come out loud. I smell that the Cowboys about to lose. And it be Cowboy fans that say this, you know, crazy stuff. Come on, man. Tyrese and them, what you gonna say?
What more do you want from me?
Hey, man, Stockholm syndrome, right? y'all, sometimes, man, you know, people started to look back at the start of this season, and I literally had Cowboy fans, you know, not you guys that's watching, saying that, you know, can we get Jason Garrett back? I was like, man, come on, man, what's wrong with you, man? What's going on? What's wrong?
It's an evil world we live in.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But when we go look around the circles, there's two fan base that's not going to let you rest at all. 49ers and Eagles. When we be minding our own business, you know, and then they're going to fly, Eagle, fly in your chat. They're going to put bang, bang in your chat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know the rest. And we be minding our own business like we playing this doggone Seattle Seahawks. But Cowboy fans, we don't be in other people chatting about, how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? You know, we be minding our own business. And they always be over here. That's just crazy. That's the craziest thing. And then I had a guy, his name is literally Dak Delusional Fan, right? And he was sitting there like, well, yeah, you know, Dak Prescott, he's doing all of – I'm not trying to give him glow or hype or what have you, but salute to him because he helped the channel with the algorithm out by commenting crazy stuff all the time. He had the audacity to say, well, Dak X, Y, and Z, he sucks, he trash, blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying like, okay, cool. Well, who do you want? So I come here to tell y'all people in this particular segment, who do you want then? You know, for the Dak haters, who do you want? And he said, and his response was somebody who don't overthrow, who don't underthrow, who can show up in big games and have big moments or what have you. And I said, well, yeah, that's cool, but who is that person? You know, who do you want? Who do you want? Who do y'all want, right? Right now, who do you want? That's the thing. So a lot of people, you know, they said, do not spoil what you have by desiring the things that you don't have, because at one point in time, the thing that you do have was something you wish for, something that you absolutely almost prayed for. You prayed for that particular thing, and now all of a sudden, you sitting there saying, nah, I don't want that. You know, I don't want that. There was people that was lost in the wilderness for over 40 years, and all they had to do was look up, and manna will fall out of the sky, right? It's like you're looking up and say, and the clothes never withered, right? They were wandering in the desert. When it got too hot, shade covered them everywhere they go, and they still wanted more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me see what I want to eat today. Let me get some crab legs, and they'll fall out of the sky. Let me get some double whopper with cheese, you know. Nah, take cheese off, and they'll fall out of the sky. And those people were still not satisfied, right? Oh, man, it's 105 degrees. Oh, let me put a covering over them and make it 67 degrees. Okay, all right, cool. You know, but, man, they didn't want that. They said they wanted something tangible, something they can physically touch and feel, right? They didn't want this invisible presence to be able to shelter them and cover them and help them. I mean, come on, y'all. That's how some of y'all fight. It comes a long way. It's like, yeah.
Sacrifice.
Some people just don't want to do no sacrifice. They just want everything. Hey, man, I don't want that, you know. So some people are just what it is. We are being disrespectful on the NFC. Yeah, we were being disrespected on the NFC East roundtable. Yes, indeed. Come on, y'all. Yes, indeed. Hey, man, this is the craziest thing. That is right, Brandy. This is the craziest thing. Oh, man, the Cowboys, you see, they always, that's the word, always, they always play down to the levels of their competition. I can't make this stuff up. That's been the ongoing saying for over 15 years. See, the Cowboys play down to the levels of their competition. Now this year, the Cowboys destroy the team that's inferior to them. You know, see, that's what the Cowboys are doing. I don't like this blowout. I don't like this blowout, man. You know, why they don't just do that against the 49ers? Why they don't do that against the doggone Eagles? Or why they lost to the Cardinals, man? Come on, man. Like what in order for us to be happy, we supposed to be undefeated now, and the narrative will be still, yeah, that's all cool and all, but what they gonna do when they get into the playoffs? What they gonna do when they get to the playoffs?
What more do you want from me?
And yet the team that got the best record in the National Football League is averaging a win total, points by points, of about 3 to 4 points a game. Every single game. It was only a few games that they kind of like manhandled the team, and that was with the help of something else, and I'm not finna say it, right? So, you know, I can only imagine if we were that team, boy, oh boy, it'll be fire and brimstone, tiki torches and everything. Yeah. Hey, man, we got a turnover machine over here, man. Oh, my goodness, look how that dude is getting toast, man. We in trouble, man, you know. But it is what it is. They don't like to see us happy. That's what it is. Appreciate y'all. Salute to you, Sheila Neal. Thank you, Asmodeus. Appreciate you. Gina with the G and Gina with the J. I appreciate y'all. Thank everybody for being part of these type of episodes. It is 12:37 where I'm at. Let me see if I can pipe in the audio now for KJ. Yeah, he had some talking points on this team. We did clear out all what Brian Baldinger said on that first part one, right? And y'all can go back and watch it and help that algorithm out if you may, so, or if you do desire to do such. So give me a few seconds here while I pipe in this audio. It may be a commercial that we have to hear first, but you know, we'll figure it out. We got Bread Boy, appreciate you. Let me pull that up. You know, when y'all donate and stuff like that, I must read that out. And shout out to you, Eric, for sending the PayPal over to me as well. You know who you are. I really appreciate you for help growing the nation. And my guy, Bread Boy, says, "What's up, bro? Keep bringing gems. Thanks for the content. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you." All right, so. Now you ain't gonna get me this time, no, John. If you can bet, now, John, are you bullsugaring with me, man? Because you know I absolutely reset it my doggone Roadmaster. Then when I pressed the button, it said, "Hey, you got to update." So I updated and I closed the whole screen out. And that was you. So you said you could barely hear me. And now
Free
let me know.
ad boy 86 $19.99. What's up, bro? Keep bringing gems. Thanks
Yes,
for the
indeed.
content. Flexed bicep, flexed bicep, flexed bicep.
Appreciate you. So are y'all having the same experience? Because I would tinker around with this baby all day, because of what I want to do is when it's time for me to do the play-by-play, and y'all know how long and how many hours I have to work a little later on tonight. I hate late games, right? So y'all let me know whether or not is this dude right here, is he bull sugaring me? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if the audio's straight, because I ain't finna press that button again for you. No, because then we had to shut down the stream down completely. Seeing the list Joy made is insane. Joy Taylor is it's impossible to please Joy Taylor. It would be impossible to please Joy Taylor. All right, so let me know if John is the only one that's having this audio difficulties. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. So, yeah. Because, see, I'm here for the people. This is a situation that I do this stream, and for those who don't know the storyline of of that whole conversation that I had on the part one, just go back and watch part one, because I don't want to repeat this por favor part one. But it is what it is. So he's right. I can't hear you. Have my volume way up. This is from Keith Jackson. All I can say here is try to do your best of doing it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Restart your devices and jump back in, because there are more people to tell me that my audio is good opposed to people saying that my audio is bad, And I everybody said, well, God, y'all just bullshittery. Y'all got hey, y'all clowning over there. Okay, all right, I see y'all trolling. I know I ain't crazy. I'm looking at my volumes and my metrics and everything, and it looks pretty good here. Just just turn captions on from here, and go check your your ear doctors out. All y'all got the same ears. Maybe y'all can't hear this greatness because of what the Cowboys are doing. When we were probably losing, y'all could hear everything. Yes, indeed. But on real talk though, let's see if I can play this audio after the commercial and get things going. And shout out to my guy, Coach Marv, for sending me this audio. Let me see. They're trolling on purpose. Yes. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna designate a audio tech person, one of my mods, and when we have audio situations, I'm only gonna listen to you. I'm only going to listen to you. And there's going to be, let's see here, Lost in Translation podcast. So whenever we go live, because I don't have a producer in my ear, we don't have somebody mass producing this. This is just me and a group of some diehard Cowboy fans that watch my show, right? So what we going to do here, Lost in Translation podcast, because he got a podcast. And I know he know what good audio sounds like. No offense to anyone else. So from here on out, and appreciate you, John. Thank you. I wasn't messing with you, Law. I'll reset mine. Appreciate you. And you could have been honest with it. And I appreciate you, John. I thank you so much. So Lost in Translations, from here on out, man, you are the designated. So when I'm live, I'm going to be looking for you, bro. So I'm gonna be looking for you, and I'm gonna be looking for you, man, and I'm making sure, and I'm giving you your flowers now, like my guy, the playmaker, said.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Let's listen to this situation right here. Look, that's my new drop.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
You don't want to just take any head coaching job. The only one that really made sense was Broncos. And obviously, Sean Payton took that one and doing pretty good so far.
KJ Wright, he has the own podcast, KJ All Day, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and more. Bringing it here on Sean and RJ.
Let's go. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning
105 through the fan. So give us your film study tape breakdown of what you've seen from Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy's offense.
When I look at this Cowboys offense, look, guys, we just played Sean McVay. We just played Kyle Shanahan. two gurus when it comes to calling plays, and they do so much getting your
All
eye.
right, all right, ho. We building plane while it's in the air, baby. So Asmodeus, so I'm gonna go lost in translation, and then Asmodeus, you be the backup, and then Sadiq, you number three. You number three on the deck with the audio, because I know Sadiq gonna be here too. So let's go.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
It's off track, and you like so off balance when you facing them teams.
Let's go with it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's a storm that's heading in Dallas way too, so
Absolute
y'all bear with
nightmare.
me.
When I look at the Dallas Cowboys on film, they're gonna simply line up and say we are better than you. It's not gonna be too much stuff pre-snap. It's not gonna be all this razzle dazzle, flashy stuff. We're gonna line up. We're gonna go 18 stretch, 19 stretch. We're gonna get the ball to CeeDee Lamb 10 plus times, and it's effective. I love you guys' offensive line. You got Hall of Famers all across that board, blowing guys off the ball. Dak is playing MVP type football. With 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. I love what he's doing. And the biggest question with this Cowboys team is the obvious. Are they playing anyone? Are they blowing out bad teams? So I'm really looking forward to this last stretch of the season.
So
Seahawks, Bills, Eagles.
Beat 'em up.
Let's see how they do.
Talk to us about lack of motion and shifts as a defensive player. Again, one of our fan beliefs is you cannot have the best offense possible unless you're moving around in motions and shifts. We track that as fans. Is it, if you're a head coach or you're a general manager, are you making your head coach put in as much motions and shifts as possible, or you face offenses that are stagnant and just line up that are just as tough?
Hey, before he go into that motion and shifts, all right. So let me say this: Peyton Manning, who's one of the better throwers of the ball, who didn't have a strong arm, by the way, but he had a brain, right? He had a big brain. He had to get him an extra large helmet because his brain was just that big. True story, by the way. But he didn't like motions. He didn't like a lot of shifts. But he knew how to read defenses by his cadence, right? He knew how to see where formations and tendencies were at. And I truly believe that even Aaron Rodgers didn't like a lot of movement with his people on that line. So are the motions and shifts necessary? Yes, it's indicators. Sometimes there's a lot of false reads, right? Where you might take your slot guy and move him to the opposite side and see whether or not who carries, who strings. They didn't do a lot of shifts and stuff like that because he kind of get you off with his cadence. And they did a lot of, okay, once we got you where you at, we finna hurry up this thing, right? So are those things necessary as far as leverage, far as releases, far as what you're trying to get an extra leg up on? Yes. Do you see that these teams that do a lot of motions, do a lot of end arounds and things like that, being teams that have been successful? One can argue that the Kansas City Chiefs, they've been that team that do a lot of double shift motions and things like that. But when you really condense the game, it's really Travis Kelce and Pat Mahomes. And they make it that game. Everyone else is ancillary. Even when Tyreek Hill was there, it was absolutely, he was the ancillary piece. But he became a piece that can take the top off the defense. He became a piece that can do the big drag route underneath or over the top. But the mainstay was always Travis Kelce. Why? Because if Travis, you have a linebacker on him, he's too finesse as a route runner for that linebacker to open his hips. And on top of that, if you roll coverage with a safety over the top, there's two guys that's not going to be able to stop the run. And when you're talking about stopping the run, it's all about numbers and mismatching. So we see that good sandlot football with Pat Mahomes and Travis, right? So what will happen as soon as teams get caught wind of, oh man, Kelce is killing, let's take the bracket coverage, let's take the linebacker, or let's get the linebacker off the doggone field and put two safeties over him. Now you see Pat Mahomes, he'll pat the ball, look, oh, I got the arm, I can make every throw from this spot. But most importantly, I'm going to tuck it and run. and then I'm going to tuck it and run it again. And now that linebacker sitting there like, God, dog, he's killing me. Let me spy Pat. Now it's back to one-on-one with Travis Kelce. That is a good philosophy to play. On top of that, if you fool around and miss an assignment, Pat Mahomes can see back in the day when Tyreek Hill win his one-on-one route, Pat Mahomes can close his eyes and just throw it that way in the proximity. And you can't outthrow or overthrow Tyreek Hill. So, granted, moving forward to these two teams, and let me say this, for those Eagles fans who really watch the game, right? Not the wee-woo Eagles fans, but those who really watch the game. When you look at Jalen Hurts play the game, first quarter, second quarter, he can't throw the ball to me, to you that's on his camera. They got him so condensed. They got him only taking the shorter passes. They got him only doing the calculated doggone runs or what have you. But in the second half, what they say is, you know what? We just going to let this dude cook. We're going to let him, when he roll out to the edge, he can throw his YOLO ball, his 50-50 ball. You see him, he would look, drop back. He would throw it to Smitty. He would drop back and throw a deep pass to number 11 so that it could open up the defense, and he would use his legs. Why is that important? Well, they done already set that up because they kept running it with Swift into the inside or to the outside so that they can get that safety down, so they can bring those linebackers down. And then they would try to attack it with the one-on-ones with the 50-50 or the YOLO balls. And that's been beneficial to the Eagles in the second half if we're going to relieve out the doggone refs out of this situation. I don't want to bring that up. So what we're seeing also with Dak Prescott since the 49ers game, Dak Prescott, even when you go back to rookie Dak 2016, they said, I'm saying the same thing with Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying that these two guys, they weren't comp to each other, but what they did is they're not going to give those guys 3 or 4 reads. I would listen to a podcast, I believe it was Big Nate. He said there's only like 2 quarterbacks in the league, in the entire league, that do more than 3 or 4 reads, by the way. And that's a whole other conversation. They simplified the field for him. And they said, if this Dez Bryant is not open, maybe you can hit Witten, but the rest is on you. Put the ball in the running back hand, or you tuck it and run it yourself. So what they did now with Dak Prescott, he have the ability, he's comfortable with this particular offense, that he have at least 2 reads or more.
Yes! Here we go!
Dak Prescott, yeah, that's our dude right there. Yeah. Lamb, and Lamb is your slot guy, as well as Ferguson. If he's on a seam route up the middle, hey, that's your primary read on that particular play. If not, look to Lamb. And they play that YOLO stuff or yin-yang stuff with that. And if Dak reads are not there, what we're seeing now in this particular year is he is not forcing the ball to fit it in between Lamb, or he's not forcing it to Brandon Cooks. He literally said, all right, cool. I got you.
Yes! Here we go!
I'm going to roll out, and even if I can't get this ball to Turpin or my guy Ferguson, I'm going to run the ball. I'm going to run it, and I'm going to get that safety to come down just a little bit. Pause if those who need to hear that, or I'm going to get this linebacker to try to cheat that way. And now the threat of the run is there. And the next time I roll out, bam, I got Ferg. Bam, I got my guy Brandon Cooks on a drag route. Bam, I got even Lamb on a 9 route, or I audible out the place so Turpin can eat. Dak Prescott is in his full bag now just because of the threat of the run. The threat of the run is more dangerous than him actually running, believe it or not. And that tool that he have now, it makes him far superior than what he was in 2016. Because in 16 and some parts of 18, before the injury, by the way, when he ran, he kept his eyes down the field, but it was really like, hey, it wasn't for the setup for the next play. It was like, oh, I got the first down now. I'm going to go ahead and get out of bounds. Oh, they flushed me to the right. Hey, I kept my eyes down the field, and I utilized that area that was in the soft zone to my tight end. And it wasn't like, oh, now I'm going to play off of it. So now what Dak Prescott is doing and what Aaron Rodgers is saying is that now he give you false cadence. Now he's giving you, I'm going to roll out to that right, and if that linebacker or if that safety cheat, I got him. I'm going to go back to that play and give it to him again, and this time I'm definitely not going to run it. I'm going to throw it down the field deep, or this time I'm going to run it. So that's what we got now. So is motion in this particular system with Mike McCarthy a thing of need? My number one answer to that is no. It's just an indicator to check off whether or not they are in man-to-man or in zone cover defense. That's the only reason why we pretty much primarily motion. Dak already know where he's going to go with the ball. His pre-read and his post-reads are pretty good for the 2023 season. He is cooking on all levels. And I don't give a dog what anybody say. Well, they only doing it against bad teams. Well, he got comfortable with it, and the offensive line trusts him, and he trusts the offensive line. And when you have big trust, shoot, it's hard to defeat. It's hard to defeat that. All right, so let's listen to KJ analysis because I haven't heard what he's going to say, by the way. So I'm going to hear what he have to say about this motion. I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
That as fans. Is it, if you're a head coach or you're a general manager, are you making your head coach put in as much motions and shifts as possible, or you face offenses that are stagnant and just line up that are just as tough?
Well, it's all about having your identity. I don't give a damn what you do. If it's effective, then you're great. But it's all about having an identity as a play caller. Kyle Shanahan, that's his identity. That's what he's going to do. McVay, same thing. And as a defensive player, when you do all this stuff pre-snap, when you do all this stuff post-snap, it's a nightmare. It is hard to stop because your eyes got to go here. You're going from doubles to trips. You're going from having Deebo Samuel at running back, motioning out to receiver. It's just so much communication you have to do on the back end. But if you just line up and tell me that you're going to run the ball straight downhill, you're going to just have this, man-on-man party, hey, let's go. And so I like that as a defender. But it's all about knowing your identity and your style as a play caller.
KJ, you mentioned, the Cowboys. The big question is they haven't played or haven't beaten anybody yet. Does that matter in a locker room? Like, does that get talked about at all? Like, not even like that we're not that good, but like, there's still a seed of doubt somewhere. Absolutely not. Hey, this is the NFL. Let's get this understood. This is the NFL. This is the 1% of the 1%. I don't give a damn who you are. You 0-12. It's you're playing. You're in the NFL. And so you got to win the ball games you're supposed to win. And obviously, we know when the Eagles, it's going to be a big matchup. The Bills going to be a bigger matchup. Just beating the Jets and Zach Wilson, yeah, that's cool. We won. We're supposed to beat those teams.
Yeah.
And so let's really see tonight. My Seahawks they're okay. We're okay. And so let's see how this game plays out in these last few six.
How did you feel about Dak Prescott coming into the year, and how do you feel about him now? Like, what's the real talk about Dak around the league? We know he's loved. He's beloved in the locker room. Is he a guy that y'all think he gets too much of the shine because of the team he plays for? Is he underrated? Is he overrated? Where have you stood? Where do you stand on him?
Hey, before he goes into that Dak Prescott convo, appreciate y'all once again. This is on 105.3 The Fan. I will share the link in the chat area once this video is over with. But before we dive into that, I'm so glad that he pointed that out because that's media talk too, by the way. Who has someone played, whether it's a good team or a bad team. And I'm not finna take away from the ladies, for when they bring up those type of things. But it's any given Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Every player, and I'm not making joke of this, every player is one hit away from being Ryan Shazier. They don't take, like when you playing against those teams that's allegedly bad, they don't take injuries off and say, hey, man, we're going to put in the rookie mode on Madden. We ain't going to put it on the all Madden mode. We're going to lower the skill set of everything. And we're going to temper the injuries. We're going to turn the injuries off. You can't turn injuries off. No, you can't. So when people say those type of things, I look at it and I only take it with, as a straw man's argument. But I also look at it like this. Okay, so if the Cowboys only, not only fans, but only doing it like that against bad teams, then how come the algorithm for when those other teams play them, how come they are not doing the same thing to those said teams? Why is that the situation? Now, I do have a thought track about this right here by us being 20-0 in the last 2 years when it's time for us to play on turf, you know. Now, my mindset is, and I said this before, my mindset is maybe we're a faster team, maybe we're more comfortable on turf opposed to natural grass or what have you. That need to be the research there versus a good team versus a bad team, because one can argue when we do tend to have bad games, 9 times out of 10, it will be us shooting ourselves in the foot. It'll be Cowboys. I'm talking about not the fans, but the Cowboys. Remember I said, man, we want to beat ourselves. We want to beat ourselves around this mug, man. Come on, you know. But it's one of those things where I'll be sitting back looking, you know, and thinking, what's going on with that? What's going on with that? Y'all help a brother out, you know. But when Mike McCarthy first got here, we had issues with penalties, right? We kind of cleaned some of that stuff up. We had a few scares the earlier part of this year against those Cardinals game. We had, 14 penalties. But since then, you know, we had a few, hey, what are those moment penalties? But we cleaned that up. And if one thing that Mike McCarthy probably need to improve on as far as anything else would be clock management. But here we go.
Well, coming into the season, I was like, Dak, protect that dang football. You way too many interceptions, bro. They go and look for someone else. And the Trey Lance thing, you know, maybe be the successor, blah, blah, blah. But looking at Dak now, he's a game changer. The guy's a game changer. He can get the football downfield. He can protect the football. Utilizes all of his weapons. Cooks is eating. CD is eating. The tight end, Fergus, like everyone is eating
Keep
in
going,
this
KJ.
offense. And I just love how he can be effective down the football field, but still be smart and make really good decisions and not put the defense in a bad position. And so if we're talking the best quarterback play right now is Dak Prescott. I didn't say MVP. I said the best quarterback play is Dak Prescott.
I can't wait till next year, man, when we on everybody's, you know, good foot, you know. And they going to say it boldly. You know, it's always preference. Look, we've been conditioned to even preference it with us, you know, with Cowboy fans. Like, yeah, y'all better not be too cocky. Everybody else can be cocky about their team, but we supposed to be like, yeah, we them boys, y'all. We them boys. Let's go, Cowboys. ASM, Cowboys. Cowboys, boy, we going
KJ, we're talking with KJ Wright here. You played against Dak several times throughout your career. You were on defense at the play. What was the book on him going into those weeks when you play him? What was the method when you guys would get into your game plans to say, hey, this is how we got to go after Dak?
Oh, you're getting deep now.
I mean, you said you keep it real. Keep it
We
real.
want to know what you guys were saying about him in those meetings.
All right, this is my guy, Mississippi State. Love me some Dak Prescott.
Hell State.
With that being said,
Yeah, that
Dak,
set up a butt.
with that, no, I didn't say, but with that being said, watching Dak, we knew that, guys, if we stop Zeke, we stop Tony Pollard, let's put the ball in Dak's hand, and we got a really good chance. In the sense of him really beating us, passing the ball, boom, 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 getting the ball downfield.
Yeah.
Watching Dak, I love how he.
Whether you make videos as part of your job.
Here we go. All right, so when he got back from commercial, and it's a long commercial too, I can't even skip it. All right, hold on. While that commercial is shooting through, I love that mindset because that was the whole notion. You stop Zeke, you stop the run, you force Dak to beat you, then you can absolutely win the game, right? So what teams used to do? Team used to have 8 and 9 man fronts. Who remember those days, right? When they have everybody, mama, uncle, cousin inside the box because they're like, man, we ain't worried about Dak. He throwing the ball one-on-one to the outside. And then this happened for the first 3 years, literally for the first 3 years. And they took all of that away from Dak Prescott because he couldn't beat man-to-man. He couldn't beat those type of systems right there. You know, we struggled in those games because they were shut down to stop Zeke, and then you forced Dak Prescott to win it on the outside and beyond. And who remember I did videos and said, man, this would be a moment where a veteran quarterback would dream of. All of those folks inside the box trying to stop the run, and they got Dez on the outside. Shoot, that's a 3-step drop, fade ball all day. You know, to put it in the area. And, oh, man, shoot, that's a double move touchdown right there with a speedy wideout on the other side. But what teams figured out was, shoot, it's no longer, hey, we just got to stop the run. And Dak is going to give the game away because Dak is carving this man-to-man stuff, single high safety stuff up. He's killing us. And how did that came about? I'll never forget 2018. We going way back. They figured things out like, shoot, they brought Amari Cooper on the board. They gave Dak Prescott a real good wide receiver, and we was 3-5. I think the first game that Coop got here, we absolutely lost that game to the Titans, I believe. And it made us 3-6 or something, and we went on a run. All the way, or 3-5, no. We were 3-4 or something like that. Correct me down the line, y'all. But here's what happened. We played against the Colts, I believe, that year, and Eberflus used to be the DC here, and he knew how to really stop Dak Prescott in his run game. He knew that, hey, what they gonna have to do is instead of loading the box, let's drop everybody. And dare the Cowboys to run the ball because the Cowboys are too stubborn, right, to continue to run. They're not going to run on that quarter's defense. And bam, that's been the kryptonite for the Cowboys. We end up going into the playoff that year. We beat the doggone Seattle Seahawks because they had that same mindset that KJ had. Just what he just said. Hey, you stop the run, force Dak to beat you. And Dak did beat the doggone Seattle Seahawks that game, right? And then all of a sudden, the dude from the LA Rams, he's like, shoot, I got that playbook. I got how to stop the Cowboys on both sides. They can't stop the run, and they for dog sure are not going to continue to run. And that's what happened on that particular playoff game versus the Rams. They just picked up the doggone blueprint. So I'm fast forwarding all the way to the year 2021. Teams were in between on whether or not do they stop Zeke or do they stop Dak. Some teams would line up and say, well, shoot, I don't want this team to run it all over us. And they got these two backs, man, Tony Pollard and doggone Zeke. Let's just figure those things out. And we were rolling through 2020. We got hurt. There's a whole nother subject line. But in 2021, the doggone Denver Broncos set up a real good blueprint for us. They said they dropped 6. I did a video on it. They done dropped 7 and 8 back in coverage, and the Cowboys didn't know what to do with it. That was the blueprint because we didn't run on that particular brand of defense. We didn't. We try to throw it into the teeth of that defense. We try to throw it into quarters defense, y'all, and we really didn't have no type of form or fashion for somebody to take the top off over that because they couldn't even get over the top on that. And then fast forwarding to those 2 playoff games, y'all let me know what type of defense do the 49ers play. Y'all let me know what type of defense do they play. Yeah. Quarters. they drop everybody, depend on their front 4 to get home. And y'all look back at those 2 games. We didn't even really attempt to run the ball in those 2 games. We didn't even try. We couldn't even get off. Oops. We had an offensive coordinator that didn't know what to do with that. So this year, what I'm seeing more and more of a precise way of attacking when teams do play quarters defense. We already have pre-planned plays to even do a toss sweep to the right or left to compromise those teams that's dropping everybody in the deep. We do have drags underneath now to warrant, okay, you want to drop everybody? Well, my guy Brandon Cooks is going to take a slant pathway on a drag, and he's going to compromise your defense on that. So you can't just play quarters all day. I wish a team would say, okay, well, we're going to play quarters defense, lean on our front four to stop everything. Well, okay, all right, well, try that again. When you have your light body work and even Tony Pollard running with authority or Rico, they're going to gas you. Put it like this. There was a touchdown. It was by Tony. It was by Tony. They played 2 deep safeties inside the 20, and Tony was like, all right, cool, y'all going to do that? I'm gonna do a cutback. It was a zone run inside. Zone run inside run. Based off of how they played their quarters defense inside, I believe it was close inside the 20. That's football, y'all. Shoo. We made them pay. That cutback run was so nice. I said, God, dog, look at Tony. Yes, indeed. Let's listen to what he have to say on this.
Really look where he's going to throw the ball, and you can really melt where he was going. Hell, I got, I think, 3 picks, 3 interceptions against that.
Damn.
And three, I know 2 for sure. But, you know, it was a tip ball off of Dez Bryant. They tried to trick me on one play. I picked him up in the playoffs. But no, I love facing Dak, and he is a guy that could beat you with his arms and his legs. But for the most part, our game plan was stop Zeke, stop Tony Pollard, put this guy in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8+, and we were going to be really successful on defense.
What, are you seeing a difference now in him staring down, and would you have a different game plan today?
I haven't watched that much film on him.
Okay.
I haven't watched that much film on him. And but I've seen his growth. I've seen his development. I've seen his confidence. Dak and this Cowboys offense feel like we can be enough to lead this team on a deep playoff stretch. We can lead this team to a Super Bowl. You match what we're doing on offense and what Michael Parsons and Damone Clark and Deron Bland are doing on defense, we can really make some magic happen and make a deep playoff run. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But the time is now. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
NFC Championship is the standard with this football team.
Yeah.
So get deep in the playoffs and really make something happen.
So, KJ, there's an
No doubt, man. That was KJ. Listen to that full, complete interview. Be sure to check them out on 105.3 The Fan, or click that link right there. And it's about an 18-minute interview. Be sure to go check those boys out at 105.3 The Fan on their YouTube page. Black Lion says this will be Dak and our receivers' toughest secondary they will face for the rest of the season. If he throws for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, he still will be hated on. Yeah, Tariq Woolen, he's a taller, linear type of DB, right? And then you talk about Witherspoon, who is an aggressive guy who feeds off of momentum plays. But if their will is broken, we've seen some hey, I'm not willing to tackle type of movements and moments with that particular team. So we'll find out. But what we got to do is set the tone up early. I'm looking for this team to go spread them out, and attack the seams. I think that even though we all wanted Bobby Wagner here, he's better on run fits opposed to being in coverage. I'm looking at this game. This should be a Ferguson game. This should be a Brandon Cooks game. This should be a CeeDee Lamb's game. Why? They got 2 guys that's known better for stopping the run. 33 and Bobby and them, they just love to stop the run. So you get them on their heels and you stretch that out, the will of tackling will erase. Now Julian Love, he's another guy that's a willing tackler though. So you just got to play your options out and figure those things out. Appreciate you for the super chat. At this time, what we're gonna do is get your score prediction, get what you need to talk about out the way before the game tonight. It's game day, baby. Let's go. 657-390-7391. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Thank all of you all for being part of this. Come on.
There's no question, keep it real. Whether we East Coast or we in the heaven hills.
Let's get it.
Straps of blue faces, not the pills. heard you call him
There
nuts,
is
I
one
show
other
him through that it's
participant
for
to the
real.
conference.
Son of God, not a son of sand.
Come on.
Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Ditch the old and see what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like $100 grand. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for life. Keep it super thorough.
Let's get it. First on the deck, we got from the 903. Lady Jessica, you live, lit, you ready for this game day? Talk to me.
Hey, Law and everybody. Law, it is
Yeah.
game day. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Here
Let's
we
go.
go. Here we go. It's time to go out there and execute, Law. That's what I'm
It
saying
is.
on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
And I'm so sick and tired of hearing all the stupid narratives. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Cowboys has beat the Sea Chickens before.
Right.
And they will beat them today. Let's have some roasted sea chicken. Let's
Yeah.
have some oven roasted, deep fried, however you want it. It's time to go out there and lay down the law. D-Law, lay down the law. Michael Porson, lay down the law. Bland, lay down the law.
Yeah.
Sam Williams, lay down the law. Hank, lay down the law.
No doubt.
Armstrong, lay down the law. All our key players, lay down the law. Bully ball, smash mouth, football, 60 minutes, non-stop. Get on top of them. Don't stop. Don't fall back. Don't lay off. You keep going like a full blow. You don't give up or let up on them in none circumstance. Let Dak have all his weapons.
Right.
Let Dak cook, Lamb, Tony Pollard, everybody. They can't stop them all off. We can throw everything, curveballs at
No
them,
doubt.
every which way. If they try to come at us on the low, we go high. If they come in at high, we go low. However we got to do to execute this game from beginning to end, non-stop. That's what I say. And I want a 40 burger.
Let's go get those
I
burgers
say
then.
40 to 17. I don't, even if they don't score high, long as they win, Law, we got to get this game PBO. How about them Cowboys? They can do whatever they put their mind to. The only person can beat the Cowboys is the Cowboys if they don't fight back. You know what I mean?
No
you
doubt.
got people want to pick, want to pull, and try to tear a person down and keep a person from gearing up. But as long as that person, they're just like crabs in a barrel. You see what I'm saying? You know how you be in a little horse town and you got people in crabs in a barrel. They want to keep pulling deeper down and try to keep them and hold them down. But what God has for the Cowboys, what God has for us, is for us. How about the Cowboys? Let's go and beat these Seahawks, Sea Chickens.
Let's get
And
it.
y'all have a great day.
Yes, indeed. That's Lady Jessica. All right, so
The conference has been locked.
is the audio better now? Let me do more audio check. I'm seeing y'all from my trusted guys in the chat. Let me know if the audio is straight now. I've been messing with the buttons again. I ain't gonna hit the update button though. Let me see. Is audio straight now though, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I had to turn it down even more. Let me know. Let me know before we let the next caller on. Yeah, it's just been dealing with the audio adjustments here. Let me go. Let me know. Let me know. Come on, where y'all at? Audio text, where y'all at? It's good. You fixed it. Okay, great. All right. So next I have on the fray here, I have from the 681. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. Talk to me.
What's happening, Lord? This is Norman.
Norman, man, talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
I've been looking on this NFL.com thing, and they got us -9 against this game. And the last time we were like that, and gave us and everybody voted for us, we had a bad outcome. You know what I mean? I want to say the Cardinals. If that show up and the defense show up, we're gonna do some damage to everybody.
Do you think that this team is the same team from week 3?
Oh hell no! I'm skipping my French.
Yeah, no, you good. So what I'm trying to say here is that our offensive line was in shambles week 3. There was only one guy that played on that offensive line that particular week, I believe, that played the previous week, and his name was I think Tyler Biotish, and he was nicked up with a hamstring. So, and then my guy, Zach Martin, remember week 1, and he didn't do nobody's training camp. He was very sus, and we had to move Chuma Edoga to the outside. So Dak Prescott was running for his life. It's amazing that he didn't get injured for the season in that game. If you go back and look at some of the tape that we pulled out on the final word. So, yeah, I think that Dak Prescott is more comfortable now. I think that we corrected most of those red zone inefficiencies that we had in week 3. So I'm looking at this game. This should be more of a momentum game of what we kept from the last week and the week before that. Remember, I said we want to establish that momentum, and I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I just, because I wanted to fire him. He hadn't got his stuff together. So, I mean, he was looking kind of suspect. Now my dude is doing his thing. So we starting to look like the Cowboys of old, just in a new fashion.
No doubt, Norman. What you have for the score prediction? What you have for the score prediction?
Well, I mean, being that this is the Seahawks, and last time we faced them, it wasn't really a blowout. I think we're going to do, again, being a much better team, it's going to be at least a 25 to 30 point difference. So I'm giving it a 42 to 12, maybe.
42 to 12. Appreciate you, Norman. Thank you for calling in. All right, so, yeah, now, to me, his audio was chippy, but let me know if y'all were able to hear him pretty well. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. I got my guy from the 402. You're live on The Nation. Is this from, make sure it's the 402. Yeah, Fargo, man. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law?
Not much.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. These November 40 burgers are pretty good.
Hey, man, sure.
Let's keep it going. Last day of November. Let's not jump the December Destiny train too fast.
Let's go.
Don't mess with the rotation on linebacker now, Law. Hey, I saw your tape. Be there.
Man,
we gonna have this.
Man. I'll say this, man. I can run the water out there for them boys, the towels and everything else. That's what I would do for them, man. I'll look good in the spats with the helmet on. I'll keep my helmet on the entire game. Have you ever seen the dude that's on the sideline with his helmet on?
I mean,
and he ain't playing.
I've seen it. They said Thurman Thomas took his helmet off. He lost the game. You know what I'm saying? You just keep it on and just keep working it.
Keep working it, man. They're like, look at Lau out there. People be mad, though.
Bro, you got the shade down making DK Metcalf look jealous, dude. You looking too good on that video. Wide open spaces.
Yes, indeed. I just have Dak to throw me. I just put me on offense for a quick second, so I can see where to go.
Yeah. Oh, you playing both sides. Yeah, I know that's right. Cover all 120 yards of that football field. They can get it anywhere from this Texas offense, baby.
Yeah, the Walmart version of Travis Hunter. I'm Travis Hunter father over here. Yeah. Play on both sides of it, man.
Well, all right, Pivot. Don't mess with the rotation. Let them hang. PVO, new media. How about them Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. How about them? Appreciate you, man. Good call from them. Let's go. I got the next caller on the fray. We got my guy from the, was this 409? You're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Real third is 409, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm in the Texas rain right now, man.
Yeah, it's raining bad. Yeah, it's terrible out here, man.
Yeah, man, I wanted to talk about that Aaron Rodgers, man. Don't Aaron Rodgers play for the Jets, right?
Yeah, he played for them. Yeah.
So if Aaron Rodgers can sit back on his rehab day and enjoy how Dak Prescott playing, why I can't enjoy my quarterback then?
Right,
Can we enjoy our quarterback like Aaron Rodgers doing, sitting back? Aaron Rodgers an MVP, a Super Bowl champion, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Yep, but Dan Orlowski no more than Aaron Rodgers. That's the craziest thing.
No, some of these Cowboy fans on here know more than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
you know who they is?
Yeah, Dak delusional. He know more.
Prescott haters.
He know more than doggone Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yeah, they know. You know who they is, Brandon. I'm your boy.
But, they know who they is, man. They know more than Aaron Rodgers. They think we delusional. They delusional, really.
Yeah.
We know our top, but I think we gonna put 40 up on Seattle, man.
Let's do
it. My brother Atlanta fan too, so I told him we gonna do them worse than they did them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What did your brother say, man? After week 5, because I had week 5 like almost tatted on my chest and everything.
Oh, we watched the game together and everything. You know what I'm saying? It was bad,
Yeah, it was bad, bro.
But,
yeah, but hey, it was necessary. It was necessary because we changed up our whole flow after week 5, right? We were like,
we way better now.
Yeah, we gave Dak Prescott, here the keys, man. I'm gonna get out the car. You pull over. Almost pull over. I'm gonna get out right here.
I ain't scared of the Niners, man. I ain't scared of the Niners.
Yes, indeed, man. We ain't scared of them. We just want to try to see something else. You know what I'm saying? We seen that movie. I mean, let's go see another movie. Yeah. In the playoffs, let's go see another one. You know.
For real. But I think that narrative they got out there about us not beating those good teams, that's going to hurt Seattle right now. That's going to make us pound them even more. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to hurt. I want them to keep that narrative up like we ain't playing nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make us play even harder, I think.
No doubt.
And that's why I think we're going to put 40 up against them boys tonight, man.
You're right, bro. What you got for the whole score prediction before I let you roll?
Man. I say 40 to 10.
40 to 10. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you.
Sir.
Good call from him.
All right.
Yes, indeed. 40 to 10, man. That's a good score. All right. Let me know if everything's straight, man. Let me know if everything's straight, ladies and gentlemen. I got a VIP from the 860. You're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix.
Lord's VIP, baby. Lord. Lord, are we 3-8 or are we 8-3, Lord? Can you please explain to me, Lord, and explain to the Slurpees, are we 8-3 or 3-8, Lord?
Hey, man, we 8-3.
So what are the Slurpees complaining about, Lord? I just don't understand, Lord. And I know the narrative's going to move once we slap up these Girls. Oh, they're a 500 team, too. This don't count. And every team we play don't count against their measuring stick, Lord.
Yeah, it don't count, man. It's how it goes, unfortunately, bro. It's just crazy like that, you know?
I just don't understand it, Lord. Then we got the Slurpees on our own, or they claim to be on our side, but they are waiting and anticipating and salivating for Dak drool. They're waiting for anything to happen with Dak so they can come on. You see, they don't come on, Lord, unless there's something for them to drool over. Unless they can get that DRK mouth and say, hey, Dak did this. Can you imagine if Dak had the same amount of turnovers as the Buffalo quarterback? They would probably be burning down Dak's baby mother's or wife's house right now, talking about killing daughter to come and everything else. And Lord, it's sad. It's sad. It's an evil world we live in, Lord.
It's flat out an evil world we live in. Yes, indeed, VIP, man. It's one of those things whereas it's hard for it to satisfy everyone. And learning this in this particular space, it be our own. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It is. But I'm really playing on the Shaq thing. I heard he's leaning towards us. Mm-hmm. I don't want to think of, I don't like to count my chips before, they on our table. So our focus should be on frying up these seagulls. I really don't like to eat any turkey or birds after Thanksgiving, 2 days after, but we're going to have to do this for the next 2 weeks. We're going to have the seagulls, the sea chickens, and the sea girls after this. So we're going to have to stay focused, Lord. My prediction is we're going to drop 50. We're going to drop 50. Lord, we drop 50. I want a Lion jersey, Lord. When we drop 50, I need you to mail me a Lion jersey. I want 50, 3 sacks, and I'm thinking another pick 6 for my boy, too, man. So that's my prediction, Lord. Put it in ink. You can write it, tell the Slurpees to slurp on it, That's VIP's word, and it's brought to you by Prize Picks.
No doubt, man. If we drop 50 and another pick six, man, tonight, you know, I might give you two of them, two jerseys. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, VIP. Oh my gosh, VIP be on their necks, don't they? Don't he? You know, but I feel you. All right, we got the 727, and then we will have my guy Jay Worthy. But 727, you live, lit, you on the nation. Talk to me, man.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's good with you?
It's really good.
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
How you doing, man?
Man, well,
hey, first, I just want to appreciate your channel, yo. Mm-hmm. Like, I know I've been texting a couple times in the chat and everything, but I really like your content, man.
I appreciate it.
I've been following you for a little while now. But I am a diehard Cowboys fan. Yeah. And I've been watching since Troy Aikman and stuff like that. So I'm feeling like Big Game James. So where it's like,
so you born like what, 85, 89 ish? You've been following the team since.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I mean, the season is great and all, but I mean, I watch it, I like it. Either they win or lose. But for the past 3 years, they've been winning, going to the playoffs, and then they lose.
Okay.
So I'm just at the point where postseason is more important to me because the teams we done played already, I understand people say, yeah, they washed up, they're not a good team, did we play bad teams, this, that, and everything. But when it comes down to it, the teams we lost this year are mainly playoff teams that we're going to see again. Same thing happened last year.
Supposedly see again. So I get with what you're saying. So in 2021, how did we lose? Break it down.
So, I mean, it could be defense. I mean, there's parts in that we didn't have complete, honestly, but we had Dak for 8 years.
For 8 years. So in 2021, how did we lose?
It was probably for the defense part of it. Not solely Dak.
Not solely Dak. So
not solely Dak.
If you think that in 2021 team versus this team, who you think will win?
I'm pretty sure we will because we got a different coaching staff, different scheme, different players, things in that nature. But
right.
My thing is when we get to when the time counts and it's crunch time, we don't show up.
Well, that itself is still kind of in the middle, right? Because when we made it to the playoffs, we improved. 2022 team is better than 2021's team because we absolutely won a playoff game in 2022. We didn't win one in 2021. Yeah. So it's progress, right? Was it progress or was it not? So yeah,
absolutely.
So it's progress. Absolutely. So before the end of 2022, we were heading into the playoffs. I had a lot of people that were saying that we're going to be one and done. It's impossible for us to beat the doggone Buccaneers. You seen what they did to us week 1. Hey, man, we're going to lose this game. Look, Dak Prescott trash, the team trash. Mike McCarthy need to be gone. So when we played the game, people really didn't even enjoy it because it was more Cowboy fans saying that we was going to lose the game, you know, because I got like a semi-photographic memory. I remember some of the people said we were one and done, but we ended up winning the game, and then they said, well, we're going to lose absolutely next week, right? Something like that. We got people from the Cowboys land rooting against us to win against the 49ers. And ultimately, thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established, manifestation set forward, and we absolutely lost in that game. Now, I'm not saying that these people that said we going to lose, we lost because of them, but no, we went into the 49ers game. And what was our game plan in that game, fam? What was our tactic in that game?
I mean, it should be run first to open up the pass. I think, personally, Dak Prescott works better in the play action. We gotta do the run in order to do the play action for him to get passes.
Right.
Complete them.
Right. So you have a notion that we would have had a bigger chance if Terrence Steele was somehow to stay healthy last year, and if Tony Pollard would have stayed healthy, maybe we would have had a bigger chance to win that game, against the 49ers.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
but there's other factors too, to where I evaluate both teams. Now, when we go back to 2022, when we played the Bucks, I evaluated them to where it's like, okay, I understand they had Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was on his way out to retire.
Yeah.
And the team wasn't the Patriots of Tom Brady's era, like the Bucks wasn't at that time. So they made it by the skin of their teeth.
Right.
So I kind of felt going into that game that we were going to be good.
You felt that. So was that their fault or our fault?
I mean, it was no one's fault. I'm just saying I looked at all aspects of the game, their team and our team, and I seen us beating them. But at the same time, there's things that I seen in the past that Dak Prescott
what went wrong in that
caused the game.
What went wrong in that game? Because we did blow them out, did we?
I mean, no, we won that one, but then check the next week.
No. What went wrong in that game?
For the Bucks?
No, for the Cowboys. What went wrong in that game?
Oh, we didn't. No, nothing. Nothing went wrong in that one. That's why we won.
No. It was a lot of things went wrong in that game, my friend. The kicker, he couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat. Remember?
I understand that. Yeah, I know there's factors in the game within the play.
That kicker.
But I'm saying overall.
And what would that do to your mind? What would that do to your mindset for the next game if your kicker missing every kick known to man? And these are not excuses, by the way. You know, these are me putting context into matter. The kicker.
Well, I would go for it, obviously.
Yeah, so the Cowboys, instead of kicking field goals to get something out of it, they were pressing. They were pressing against the doggone 49ers. And plus, they wanted to show the 49ers, hey, y'all kicked us out of the playoff last year. Y'all said that we wasn't physical. Y'all said X, Y, and Z. And then we got into the mindset of, man, we can't score. We can't score. We got to put it on Dak Prescott. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott for that moment wasn't built for it, but he for dog sure when we went 2nd and 2 inside our own 20. Tony Pollard, of course, he got hurt the previous play before that. Instead of doing anything else of running the ball up the gut, we go empty and we throw the ball on 2 hook routes in the middle of the field, and we throw the ball to that option route. That's not how you win the game. We had our mindset all beat up because we were thinking that our kicker can't kick. Mindset is
so. I mean, I understand that, but at the end of the day, coaches coach, players have to execute.
True.
So that at that point, that was the wrong call from the offensive coordinator at that time. That's why he's no longer there.
That's why he's no longer there.
So it's like, if it was me, I used to coach. I mean, I understand it's different levels. But I used to coach offense. Yeah. Offensive coordinator. My first year, I won the chip for a little league. But I had to play with who I had with. And when I called my plays, the certain calls, it depended on where we were in the field.
There you go.
So, I mean, with something like that, I'm running up the gut.
You run up the gut. And before I let you go, I just want to ask you one more thing. How many points did we lose by the last time we played the 49ers?
This year?
In the playoffs. Not this year.
We lost. What was that score? We lost by, I think, 3 points or 10. I got to look at the score again.
Yeah, it was a single. Yeah, single digit. Yeah, you see. Now you're rocking with me, man. So what I'm saying is that we may not be that far off, And granted, I would tell you first and foremost, Dak Prescott didn't have his best game in those last 2 games, against the 49ers. So that's why. And then we can't even use the argument whether or not, hey, was it at your crib or whether it's not on the road, because in 2021 it was at our crib. It was at our
Yeah.
crib, right? And then 2022, we went to their crib, and it was the same results in the L. So for the Cowboys to go into this particular season, I said to Ashley just yesterday, I want us to run the tables. I want us to win every game to get or solidify home field advantage, because we right now is a different team than what we were even when we was in that playoff game in 2021 at the crib, you know. So I think that this team is a whole lot better at home, and we'll find out tonight too of what we look like. What we look like against a team that's above
I got the score 40-17 though.
Us winning, man. Appreciate
40-17.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, fam.
Yeah, I appreciate you, yo. For real.
Good call from him, man. Good call. And I'm not beating him up. He's a former coach, so he knows about football as a game of inches. 49ers, they got every bragging right known to man, right? I for sure didn't foresee us losing. What was the final score, 42-10 against the 49ers week 5? I didn't see that coming. But one thing I can tell you is that don't judge this team for what they did against a team in week 5, when we clearly played better since that time frame. And I'm old enough to remember in 2007, we had the best record in the NFC. Got to the playoff, home field or what have you, and a whole different coaching strategy or what have you. And there was a team that I believe finished the season 9-7. They lost 7 games. 7 games. The team called New York Giants. Won a playoff game, took that momentum, and beat us. So it's no guarantees that you're going to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl just because of what you do in the regular season. You know, it's all about catching fire toward the latter part of it. So the Cowboys just got to do that. Here's my thing is, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the Von Miller situation. I'm going to give it time to develop. Von Miller is a Dallas native guy, and we don't have all of the information so far, and I'm not going to touch on it. I get it. He played for the Buffalo Bills, so 9 times out of 10 when we see the Bills, we would not see Von Miller out there. But I'm not finna talk about it. You know, I get it. You know, the NFL, they're going to do their due diligence and see what they need to see out of it. I got some close friends and family members of Von Miller that watch this channel and show and podcast, and I'll be foolish to talk on something that I don't have 100% knowledge of, right? So when they reach out to me and give me more information of what's going on, then I'll let y'all know. But at the meantime, in the between time, I got my brother from another mother, Jay Worthy. You live?
What?
You're live, Jay.
What's up, Raw, baby? What's up, Cowboys Nation? How y'all feel?
Hey, man, we feeling great, man. Feeling great.
You saw all those pictures, all you saw?
Yeah, I saw, man. They were feeding me all of those pictures down, and I said, man, you didn't have a good time, bro. You had a great time.
Man. I had a great time. Look, man, I'm home today because baby girl daycare, that flu bug, that Lord. Thing is, it's taking everybody out, all her staff and students. They all got the flu, Raw. So I'm home with the baby girl today. She had to shut down the daycare.
Oh wow. Yeah. I know how it is, so, man. You got to, girl dad. You got to stand tall. And I remember getting the worst sickness I ever had was from my little one time. I couldn't even move. Eh?
Yeah, they bring it all home, man. They bring everybody's germs home with you.
Yeah, they do, man.
Yeah. And speaking about that, one point, we gonna have Shaq Lawson because I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Living here in Philly, they worship Brian Baldwin.
You mean Shaq Leonard, right?
They worship. Yeah, Shaq. Yeah, Shaq. I said Lawson. My bad.
Yeah, Shaq. There's a lot of Shaqs because I heard there's another Shaq, Shaq Griffin, and then there's another Shaq Leonard. So there's a lot of Shaqs out there. Shaquille O'Neal. But keep going.
There you go. Yeah. So they always here on 97.5. They got a Brian. They have a Baldy session. Like he always come here. He analyze the Eagles, and he always speaking good about them and stuff like that because he's a former player here.
Yeah.
So when Brian Baldinger said
that, look, he favoring the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He got the inside scoop, working for the NFL, and not only that, knowing the Eagles organization so close.
Yeah.
So he gonna be here.
All right. Well, hey, what jersey number they gonna give him?
Hey man, give him 50. Who got 50? Anybody got Sean Leo number?
Who had 50? Devin Harper had 50. He might can rock 50. Who got 53?
I don't know.
Rashawn Evans got 53, huh?
Everybody wearing so many numbers, single-digit numbers, they confuse me.
I think 53 is available, if I'm not mistaken,
Put him in it. Put him right in it. Put him in, coach. Right on the Eagles game.
Put me in the game.
Put him in. Yeah, but when I was listening going through some shorts, I picked up some of the 4-letter networks. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because they can't talk bad about Dak because he's doing so good. And statistically, he's been better in the last 7 weeks than every quarterback that's in the league.
Uh-huh.
So it's like on the playground when they argue. Yeah, but you can't beat my big brother. When you call somebody over, you kill him in a 1-on-1 game, and then they just mad and they power. You can't beat my big brother. You can't beat my cousin. That's all I'm hearing from these 4-letter networks about him in the MVP race. Right. But I don't think he's better than Mahomes. I don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's better. And you sit here like, but he's killing them in every statistical category. But they want to put the stigma on the Cowboys that they ain't played nobody. And the sad thing about it is we all playing the same teams except the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, we played pretty much. When people say you haven't played anyone, pretty much teams in the NFC East pretty much play the same schedule, So technically, we're gonna play some of the similar teams or the same teams, and the strength of schedule thing is what it is. It's supposed to be parity in the league and these sorts of things. So what team was dominant last year? 9 times out of 10 may not be dominant next year. So that's the following news on that.
Exactly. And when you look at Geno Smith, and he's averaging like 25, probably 30 tenths a game. He's completing about 20 passes a game.
Right.
And when you look at it at the last 2 games, they scored 13 and 16 points. He's hurt, though.
Yeah. Here's my thoughts. If you a quarterback that can't scramble and get outside of the pocket, good luck. Outside of Brock Purdy, he was a guy that carved us up. I think that, when you look back at, the 49ers on how they orchestrate that West Coast offense, it is a situation whereas I think that, what's that coach over there? Oh, they Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn know each other. It's one of those things. And I think that's what happened in that particular game. Plus, adding into the fact that we tried to play check down Charlie against a team that flies and reckless to the ball, and they are a very physical team, especially at the crib. So it looked very lopsided. But I look at this particular team, Dak Prescott versus the Seattle Seahawks, basically. On their defense, I think that we can get them going with double moves as well as attack their aggressions and make them pay for it.
Exactly. They're a zone-based team. So, like you mentioned, like how you kill that, I mean, get them with some screens. Hit them with some quick slants. Hit them right off the ball because they're gonna play off ball because they got to play zone. You can't play press coverage in the zone defense. So all those quick slants, run some sweeps with Turpin, run cooks on some screens. We're going to eat that zone up. Dak Prescott plays great against the zone, even though, like you said, when San Francisco, they want to drop, they want to drop 8. They play that quarters defense, but this, with that West Coast offense, Dak Prescott is different. And me and you being daddies and daddies having daddy's little girl, when you was about to have your first kid, how did your life change?
Oh, well, everything. Back in the days when you eat, your whole family eat. But when you have little ones, you're thinking 4 or 5 steps down the line. You know, I know for sure everything manages well. You know what you want to do. A good father leave inheritance for his youth or his offsprings, and that's what we building over here. You know, I'm building that. So when it's time for me to catch a kite, you know what I'm saying, catch a cloud, you know, they gonna be in better situations, you know, than I ever been. So yeah, you think about more than yourself.
My point exactly. Dak Prescott got a new mental focus, Law.
Right.
He about to be a dad. His mindset is different. You know, you ain't going out partying as much as you used to. You're calculating all your steps. You focus because you ain't doing as much as you used to. And like you say, you calculating all the way down the line for future. Dak Prescott got that daddy power now.
Yes, indeed, that daddy strength. So, man, I appreciate you for calling in, Jay Worthy, man. I thank you so much for all what you do for the nation.
All right, man. Salute, my brother.
No doubt, man. Yes, indeed. That's a good call from him. All right, so let's speed this up. I'm gonna give y'all, I got 100 grand. Then we have JT, MJ. And let's go 100 grand from the 201. What's the plan?
Victory, man. Just sit back, get your popcorn, get your wine, get your drink, and just sit back and just watch the show, man. Ain't no sweat, ain't no none of that, man. One of them Dak Prescott put your fourth quarter hat on games right here, man.
Yes, indeed. Hey, I'm leaning on what you're saying. You know, you was a game off, you know, but you said that we were gonna go on this run. Then MJ said that what he gonna do is he gonna put $100 toward, you know, that little bet that we had, right? If we went out, so he want me to match it. So if we went out, we could send you $200 basically, because he said he was gonna cash out.
Wow, send you I knew nothing about this.
You didn't know nothing about it? Yeah, man. Sure.
No,
I
didn't know nothing about this.
Well, let me take it back, man. That boy gonna receive a gift, you know. That boy gonna receive a gift he wasn't looking for. Like, whoa, $200, you know. $200.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I knew nothing about that.
But that's only if, you know,
yeah, we gotta win out on them games.
They gotta win out. They gotta win out.
Our little bet is 2 more games to go. The Eagles, we gonna win this game. So it's basically the Eagles game.
Okay. Oh, you just on bird
because
now.
Remember, I had 8, and then you said I'm gonna give you 7.
Yeah.
So we lost that game to the Eagles. So it's going to come down to the Eagles again.
Come down to the Eagles again. Well, we'll see.
Come down to the Eagles again, man.
Yes,
you know?
well, this bird is flying tonight, man. What we gonna do against this bird? Because this bird tonight, we got to figure out something.
40 or the long.
Oh, you see that? Well, you see 40. VIP see 50, and some other caller said 40 something too. So, hey, let's go, man. Let's figure this out.
I mean, they beat up, man. Gino's shoulder, and even if none of that was happening, they don't got the horses, Lord.
They don't have.
See, we not one of those teams that's gonna play You notice we don't play no prevent defense, right?
No, we don't. We prevent.
We coming at you until 0.
Yeah.
You know, it and that matters. That matters. That's letting every team know you gonna have to beat the Cowboys all the way to the clock turns 0, because they not stopping. And we never was like that. This year is the first year the offense is not going to stop coming at you, and the defense is not going to stop coming at you. We never played like this.
Hey, let's continue to have that energy, bro. Before I let you rock and everything, what's going on with your nephew, man? T.I. son, what's going on with him? What's going on? He said he grew up. It's a hard life for him.
Business.
Yeah, he's standing on business, man.
Listen, man.
He grew up with TV dinners, man, and sleeping outside. sleeping out his cars and
Listen,
stuff.
man.
His struggle, man. What's
But,
going on?
It's sad that, people that grow up privileged want to be in the hood, and people that's in the hood want to be privileged. You see what I'm saying? It's just, you don't understand. People that's in the hood where you want to be where you at.
Right.
And they're laughing at you.
Right.
They're laughing at you. They're not on your side. And your father's trying to tell you that they're laughing at you. That you should be proud of. You should be thanking your father that you was in that mansion. Instead of, oh, man, I wanted to get out that mansion and blah, blah, blah. You a fool, you stupid. If you go into the hood, these same people that you think they friends, they gonna rob you. You know what I'm saying?
They'll steal your wallet and help you look for it.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. But he's so, what he see on TV. He hear the rap songs and he want to be like that. You're not like that. He even tried to rap. Son, you're not gangster. Nobody's believe. You won't hurt a fly. And yeah, you can buck up to your father because you know your father's not going to do nothing to you. But if he was locked off in the hood,
man,
you wouldn't be doing that. You'll be peeing on yourself.
Man, preach to the youth, man, because I was sitting there like, man, what is he doing? He trying to fight everybody in there, man. He grew up with the golden spoon, not the silver. He had gold, platinum, and everything.
Pops give him whatever he want. He driving
can have whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's
like,
weird
come
thing,
on, man. Listen, if your parents did all they can do and you grew up with stuff that other kids didn't have, like you might have the TV in your room, cell phone. You might go to school with the Benz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be looking like, oh man. Listen, you should be proud of your parents for that.
Yeah,
don't want to go backwards and go down and try to act like you ain't drive the Benz to school.
Pull up.
You know what I'm saying?
Pull up in the Maybach, man.
You ain't have to bring the bologna sandwich. You had Uber Eats money. You can go get the Mr. Childs. You feel me? Steak 48. Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. People trying to be like that. Don't let nobody trick you out of your spot. And that's for little kids and that's for grown people. That's even for law. Don't let nobody trick you out of your spot because where you at is where they want to be at.
Man, that's my guy, 100 grand. Hey, we ain't gonna touch on the P. Diddy or Puff Daddy, whatever his name is. Cause you on the East Coast, man. They'll snipe you. Just don't go to none of those parties, man.
You know what I mean? I'm closer to the situation than law is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what happened to 100 grand, man? What happened to him, man? Hey, man, he started talking about the wrong things, man. Appreciate you, bro. Keep your head up, man, and keep representing the East Coast over there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 100 grand, y'all. I would touch on that topic with him, but nah. You know how that goes. Shout out to you, William Bailey. Shout out to y'all, man. That dude got some reaches over here, you know. MJ, before I let you go, let JT. He been waiting here before you, and then we gonna rock. So JT, you live from the 260. Talk to me, man. What do you know?
Can you hear me, Lon?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me, man.
Okay, so first things first. Like I think the main game plan we need to do against the Seahawks is that we gotta pressure Geno Smith. Like, Geno's one of those quarterbacks that, like, if you pressure him, he starts to go wild and just make some wild throws and make some rush decisions. And that's when you can get a quarterback to start really playing badly. Like, we need to get the pass rush on Geno early, Law.
I think we will. Charles Cross, he's not the dude that's living up to the levels of expectations, but he is their best offensive line guy. I think they allowed about 40 to 42% of quarterback pressure this year, is one of the highest. And the Cowboys apply at least 65 to 70% pressure on quarterbacks, which is the highest. So this should be a game that we're going to get pressure. This should be a game that we knock Geno off of his mark, and this should be a game that we can get our DBs to get hands on the football.
Right.
Yep.
So here's the thing, Law. So I'm starting off with analysis. I gotta rant a little bit, Law, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
And so here's the thing. So, and this is something we've talked about like for ages, but we have to stop moving the goalposts, Law. Like,
yeah.
Can we for like just a couple of days in the media just stop moving the goalposts?
Yeah,
like, it's got to a point. Look, first of all, I don't even know if the goalposts even in our stadium anymore, Law. Like they've been moved around so much that we can't even find them anymore, Law.
Yeah, they're gonna move that goalpost, man.
Right.
There's nothing we can do about that,
Right.
you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not good, Law. And this is the funny part. So, now, obviously, like, we've heard a lot in the media about how, actually, it's a split media, but people have been saying that Dak is an MVP candidate, which I agree with. But then we've got, like, the normal guys that just hate on Dak and all that stuff. And now we're literally just now making up stuff as to why Dak can't be the MVP. Here's the problem I have, Law. Like, one of the things that the media has made up is that, like, you can't win an MVP if you're playing garbage teams. Like, what was that ever a standard, Law? Like, have you ever heard that be like a prerequisite for MVP?
Man, I heard that now quarterback with a broken thumb coming back, you know, it's not a noble thing because they lead the league in interceptions or tie the league with interceptions. And then the previous year before that, the talk track was, hey, you know, the Dallas Cowboys yards allowed, you know, even though this dude got 11 INTs, but he's most yards allowed. Nobody even know the stats now of who's the leading yards allowed DB now. So the goalposts continue to move, regardless of whether or not it's Dak Prescott, the team, or the individual player like a Trayvon Diggs. So they're going to continue to move the goalposts. The only thing is now with DaRon Bland, DaRon Bland's such a nice dude that he don't really say anything, right? You know, you don't really know what he don't even talk after the game. You gotta squeeze, you gotta find him where he at. But they looking for something negative to say about Bland right now. They looking, they just can't find it yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find it.
Here's the question I have. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the things I was actually going to say, though, and this is where the media becomes hypocrites. So, like, we've got certain people saying that, like, you can't win MVP for playing garbage teams. Like, this is the question I have.
Right.
Why did we not say this? Why did you not say this when Tom Brady won 3 MVPs? Because, like, he played in a garbage division for, like, almost all his career. Like, by that standard, wouldn't Tom Brady have, like, no MVPs? Because he literally played in bad divisions for, like, his entire career, Lord.
Yeah, he did, man. It's crazy. He played bad divisions his entire career, and he the GOAT, though. He the GOAT. You know how that goes, right? You know, and then he got the rings, too, though, you know, regardless of how I kind of interpret, you know. So he got the rings. He's the best quarterback we've seen in the last 20 years here, you know, following sports altogether with all of those rings. Because at the end of the day, people forget about Ty Law. People forget about, you know, the defense and everybody else. Even I'm losing names of people that played on those teams. But the quarterback will always be forever remembered. You know, he had Darrell Reeves. Look, he had Reeves and the other dude as a DB on his team. What's the other?
Brandon Browner. Yeah, Brandon Browner.
He had Brandon Browner 1 year. Who else he had? He keep going. He had Gilly, and who else? He had Gilly 1 year, and
Ty Law. Who else was it? I forget.
He had always had good defensive players, man. They always had good defense. Yep.
Yeah, they always had a good defense. But the one thing I will say though, this is the other reason why they're hypocrites in the media. Like, do people in the media realize that when they're saying, like, hey, the Dallas have played garbage teams, do people not realize that the Eagles have played, like, 5 of the same teams? That's what I don't understand. Like, we basically played a lot of the same teams. Like, I obviously get we'll take 2 teams or so, but, like, the teams we played kind of been similar. Like I don't get why there's not that same level of just pettiness, because it is petty. Like just picking apart that type of stuff. Like you cannot pick who's on your schedule, Wall. Like you play who you play when you can. Like you can't blame a team for that. Like I never got that.
Yep, you definitely can, man. Hey, JT, you on the money, bro. You fired. You got fired, man. I gotta let you go. Gotta let you go though.
Hey, good call, though, Lord.
Good call from you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna let MJ and No Clone Tyrone, and we gonna have to bounce because I got a dip. From the 206, you live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
What up, Love Nation?
Man, all is well. Can't complain, bro. Go.
Yeah, 100 grand. Yeah, we got you. Well, it started after the Philly game. That's why I started, because he would have lost. But we're trying to get that good luck for us. So we started again for you, 100 grand. So it's been after 3 games, 4, 5, 6. When is it? Would it be Miami? If they beat Miami, that'll be 8 games.
All right, so yeah. What you got for the show, man? And we'll chop it up with the Miami. I had to make you rush and get your point.
Yeah, all that was for the show. Let's get a good win tonight. Play some good defense. Me and you about that defense. That's all we worried about. I ain't worried about the offense. Get some good defense in here, and don't be cute like me and you say. And let's stop this run, that pass. Get some pass rush. Final score: 45. 17 or 13.
God,
that's the final score. Yeah,
it's gonna be dope, bro. Hey, save some energy for tonight. I know you're gonna call in. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, family.
Salute, man. Good call from him. All right. No Clone, man. Shoot, you live from the 202. What's new?
Hey, what's going on, Lord?
Not much, man. Talk to me.
Happy Thanksgiving and everything. I'm gonna hit you with some truth serum today, Law. Not last week, that out of this whole season, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. This whole season, it was only 2 games we technically really lost. We lost to the 49ers and we lost to the Cardinals. Technically, we didn't lose that game against the Eagles. But that's another story for another day. The thing I wanted to say today was, we got the Seahawks tonight. Now, if we beat the Seahawks tonight without this, I feel like we can win this whole the regular 6 games. We can win the rest of the 6 games if the aficionados don't mess up the game, and if they allow Prescott to play. And what I mean by allow him to play, don't be calling no flags and be throwing no petty flag. Oh, this person was motioning the wrong way. If they let these boys play, I got us winning the whole regular season out. I got us winning out the regular season, just like that. And another thing I wanted to say, too.
What's that?
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it.
Yeah.
But all I got to say, you know it.
Yeah, I already know, bro. Yes, indeed. Man, appreciate you, man. I hate that I had to cut it short, bro, but I got to bounce. Appreciate you, though.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I talk to you tonight, man. I'm going to be on the show tonight.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hey, y'all call in. And appreciate everybody for tuning in. If I didn't get to you, I know we had a lot of people in there. Apologies. But D-Well, appreciate you. Winning gives you the benefit of the doubt. Appreciate all of y'all, man. You ain't lying, D-Well, but winning do give you the benefit of the doubt. You do look back at a win and you look at the positive aspects of it, and then you kind of shun away from the negative aspect of it. It's easier to watch tape on a win versus a loss. Appreciate all of y'all for y'all support. Thank everybody who tuned in for this episode. Thank the audio text. Whenever they give me that bag, I give it over to y'all one of these good old days. But we're going to preserve some of our energy. We're going to be on for a long time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I want y'all to reserve some of y'all energy too. Let's get this thing going. Salute to Prize Picks. Salute to you, and you for watching. They say a prize fighter, even when he's going down, he continue to swing. Cowboy Nation, we just got to continue to swing. They already counted us out. They said that we won't make it to the playoff this year, and lo and behold, we on our way. They said before the start of the season, they foresee the Giants being better than us. They said that they made better moves than us. They got a better coach. They got a better quarterback. They've got the better running back, the better wide receivers, right? All of that stuff. Well, not the better wide receivers, but they said that. You know, we read. They said the Washington team, look out for them. Had a lot of Washington Commander fans said in the regular season we gave y'all that L, and we're going to give it to y'all again. And then look what happened last week. Not a soul returned to spit their minds. Before then, you know, of course, the Eagles. They're flying high. They are a team with only one loss, and they supposed to be far superior than us. The Seattle Seahawks, for the first start of the season, they supposed to be far superior than us. The Lions, the Bills. Well, who are the Cowboys? Well, we are the only team in the National Football League that don't play anybody. Everybody else play everybody, but we don't play anybody. But guess what? They're right. They're nobody to us. Every team that we play, they're nobody to us. Because the game within the game is us versus us. We look deep down inside our heart, soul, and sinew. And we plan the game for ourselves, not for man, not for anybody else. We got goals and opportunities that we want to achieve. And the mindset is on our end. The willing and the determination is on our end. Nothing can stop the momentum that we built for ourselves. The inertia is with us right now. And then every time they play down here in Dallas, we let them know that we the best. We walk around boldly and watch how it's going to be contagious all throughout the rest of this year. Yet they done fooled around and got us comfortable to the degree that we got the game within ourselves locked in because of confidence, because of the mindset that we got now. And they want to kill us with their narratives. They want to take our joy away. They allow people on national radio or national TV to take it personal. You see, they made it personal. They said that this dude, lady, is a gold digger. They said that this man, unborn child, is a mistake. They are talking reckless with their mouths, and they allow those people to still get paid from the 3-letter and the 4-letter networks. They allow people on national TV to call out our quarterback and call him ASS. They allow on national TV to joke and say that this guy, the leader of this team, not man enough or not tough enough because he showed emotions when his brother passed away. They said that this team is not built right for the moment, that we fold up like wallets and lawn chairs. They joked, they laughed, they mocked, they spit upon our good name and our great faces over here in Cowboys land when Trayvon Diggs got down and was hurt for the rest of the season. They say that the Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen. Now, for example, and I'm only using this for an example, they could have said that by these other teams and be right for 75 years for the Cardinals, 65 for the Lions, 54 years for the Jets, 28 years for the San Fran, and 37 years for the Chicago Bears, just to name a few teams. But they want to pick on us because they want to be us. They want us fighting each other. And then when we call them out, they say, well, hey, that's because they won't get no views. They won't get no attention if they talk bad about someone else. Well, I come here to tell y'all we can be public enemy number one. We can be the villains, but the light will still shine bright even if we try to do the same negative energy toward them. That lets you know that we on the right pathway, ladies and gentlemen. We tried to do the evil things, but we still glow. Because just That's just who we are. And it changed the mindset of this organization and franchise. Now, Jerry Jones got Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. Boy, it feels even greater walking around Dallas with knowing that this organization is doing the right thing. Speaking of the right thing, write these things down and store it in your heart, soul, and sinew of your mind. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish or fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the things you want. I had a guy to reach out to me and said, "Hey, Law, you are using my content for profit." And he didn't know that the content that I use wasn't from him. It was from someone else who said, "Hey, can you do color commentary over it? Can you bring forth the mindset of the aficionados on how they are not calling holding calls on said Michael Parsons?" You see, a lot of times people think that I got 65 million views because I'm using someone else's stuff. No, y'all come here for the people. Y'all come here, the people come here for the voice of the nation. That's true. That regardless of what I put out there, I don't care who takes it and disperse it everywhere, because y'all know this passion is coming from my mouth to your ears. Y'all know that I'm not doing this for remuneration. Y'all know that I'm not doing this for a profit. And I don't want to call the man out, but I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this to all of y'all that's watching right now. I don't care if they open up a check for $2 to $5 million or $2 billion over here. I'm still going to give you the unbelievable results of this fire and this ether that I'm going to send you here today. So it's not about the money, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the doggone pride of being a Cowboy fan. It's about the mindset to even know that even though they may have thoughts and mindset to profit from the Cowboys, they may have thoughts and mindset to put in work and return and get things back far as remuneration from the Cowboys. But Law Nation here can take anything and do content and make profit if I wanted to. There's a still video out there that nobody can do from the words of the mouth of the Law, to be able to put it out there with a still picture and still do the same results. So when y'all listening to Law right now, you are absolutely listening to nothing but the best. It don't matter what you produce as a picture or a video, because people are coming here for the voice, and the voice for the voiceless, and the voice for the reason. So y'all run and tell that. And if anybody want to challenge Law, the phone lines stay open. We stay live over here. And there's not a soul breathing on this plane and dimension that can stop the Law. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, write this down. You're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Now you can block me back, baby. Don't unblock me and give me that wee-woo stuff. Let's go. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Remember that. Roll those credits.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I
shout out to your bread boy, Tricks, John, Black Lion, Salute.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them five.
Somebody correct Tony in the chat. Let them know that we are gods.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still say and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T, like I'm with Reverend now.
Come on.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Hey.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to
Let's
take
get
it
it
to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah, yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Closer than close, yeah. Original.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
They can come closer than close, yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
Original, they never will be.